I'm going to try and do something here that you don't necessarily see all the time in the Air Force. I'm going to give a brief in 2 slides with 3 pictures, no lightning bolts or anything else. And I'm going to do it in under 4 minutes. Just to put a little bit of a different spin on this. I'm going to take you back. It's May of 1994. I am a new appointee to the U.S. Air Force Academy. No one in my family has served in the Air Force before. I have no idea what I just signed up for. I'm from New York, and in the local area of New York, all the liaisons for the Air Force Academy, they throw an event for all the cadets that are inbound to the U.S. Air Force Academy. And at this event, just a couple weeks before signing in, I get a chance to meet this man on the right side. This is retired and unfortunately now deceased Brigadier General John Flanagan. He wrote a book called Vietnam Above the Treetops. He was the officer. The first officer that I got a chance to meet. Never met a general officer before, never met a pilot. This guy made a deep impression on me because in his nice service dress with the 1 star and the big silver wings, he was also wearing cowboy boots, black cowboy boots underneath that. And I'll tell you, he had the courage to fly this O-1E bird dog. He sat on his chest armor. He sat on that. That's how the airplane was armored up. For weaponry, it just had little smoke marker rockets, and he would use his sidearm as his weapon. So anyone that was that brave had my immediate attention. So whatever he told me about the Air Force was what I was going to believe. And I remembered everything he told me. He said, it's going to be a spectacular time. You're going to be serving your country. You're going to be joining the greatest Air Force this world has ever known. And he was right. The Air Force I inherited came from John Flanagan. And I never forgot him for what he did for me on that day because he brought my sense of ease or, sense of nervousness all the way down. Fast forward 25 years. I'm working with AFWERX. I'm in Boston. I'm in my business casual, but I have my little pin that has my Air Force emblem on my lapel. I'm in the metro in Boston. Anybody ride the metro in Boston anywhere along the way? Have you done that before? This is pretty much true of any metro system. You don't talk to strangers. Here's this man from across the side of the train. He's looking at me, and he's got this weird look, and he's staring at my lapel pin, and he starts approaching me. So I'm wondering, hey, is this going to turn out okay? What's this all about? But he asked me a very simple question. He says, hey, are you in the Air Force? And I said, yes, sir, I am. He says, well, my son just got accepted to the Air Force Academy in class of 2023. Well, imagine that. Would you mind coming to his high school and giving him his appointment certificate to the Air Force Academy? Wow, right? That is a significant honor. I told him I'll do that any day and twice on Sunday. Now, what you got to understand is this is Cambridge, Massachusetts. The boy's name is Suhas. This kid had options, right? He grew up in the area of MITs and Harvards and Tufts. His father's an engineer. He comes from pretty well-off background. He had options, and he made the decision to join the Air Force, and he wants to be a pilot. So I wanted to make sure that his first patch that he ever got from anyone in the Air Force was an F-22 Raptor patch. Why? Because America. That's why. About 2 weeks later, I'm having probably one of the worst days I've ever had in my time with AFWERX. And anyone who's worked in the innovation sphere, working in entrepreneurship, large organization, disruptive change, you've all had this exact same day that I had, where you are branded a witch, practitioner of all types of the dark arts, right? You're told that you're going to burn at the stake because you've proposed something that's disruptive and it threatens someone's rice bowl, and you just get yelled at up and down. Happens all the time, many times in the same day. So I'm feeling pretty exasperated and kind of upset towards the end of the day. And right at the end of the day, I get a text message completely out of the blue from Suhas's dad. And what he says is, hey, Laz, just wanted to let you know, today we dropped off Suhas at the Air Force Academy. Really emotional day for all of us, but we really appreciate the fact that you were able to come out and help him all the way through. I texted him back. By the way, this is the picture he sent me. I texted him back and I said, hey, the honor is all mine, sir. And you don't believe how much this really made my day. And oh, by the way, P.S., awesome shirt. I'm sure he didn't get any attention from anyone else. We've spent a lot of time here at MDO, and we've talked a lot about concepts, and we've talked a lot about technology. We have gone through, Beam was up here. He talked a lot about the AFWERX mission. You've heard from General Cadwell and Fantini and General Harris. And I want to add to that one more piece just to complete that picture from everything that they taught us, which is when we talk about the future of the Air Force, we tend to talk about it generically. And what this taught me, and it reminded me of this, is that this is the future that Suhas gets. He's at the Air Force Academy right now going through cadet basic training. And just like John Flanagan handed off a great Air Force to me, I do not want to be in the generation that hands off a less capable Air Force to Suhas or all of his colleagues, all of the enlisted cadre that are starting up at our bases like Lackland. They deserve better. This is what I wanted to communicate today in 2 slides with 3 pictures in less than 4 minutes. For all the folks who are here from the innovation groups, wherever that might be, right? Ensign, AFWIC, AFWERX, DefenseWorks, we have the privilege of serving 100 plus hours a week for the benefit of not having to serve 40 hours a week, making the machine worse. That is a unique privilege. I had forgotten that a little bit until I had reminded of this moment. So I wanted to say a thanks to those guys. For the entrepreneurs that are in the room, many people might not know this, but they came here on their own dime to be a part of this. Thank you for taking the time to be a part of this. For my airmen, soldier, sailor, marine colleagues that are in the room, you are AFWERX by being here. On our patch, there's Latin at the top, which loosely translates to get stuff done. Another way to say it is the work that must be done. We owe these guys a better Air Force, and that's what this MDO thing was all about. So I wanted to thank everyone for being out here today.